Hey everyone, Cleo here and welcome to my channel, and it is day 8 of Bookmas 2018. I'm hoping to be sticking around for this because the schedule is getting quite tight, but after this weekend it'll be already better because like next 2 weekends I don't really have that much planned, so I'll be able to focus more on actually shooting all of these videos, so I hope I'll survive the coming week. But so if you hear a lot of background noises, the kittens are super aggressive this morning. They've been like rumbling around in each other's embrace, fighting. So yeah, if you have that in the background, I'm so sorry, but my schedule does not allow for me to wait for them to calm down a bit today. So yeah, the prompt for today is Christmas recommendations. Now, I don't necessarily read a lot of books that are really like Christmas themed or anything like that, just because I love the holiday so much. And I feel like these books are so easily becoming like cheesy and things like that, and that would ruin the holiday for me. So I don't necessarily delve into Christmas books too much. I have one on this list of recommendations that will be an exception, but so my recommendations were mostly like books I feel like suit Christmas for some reason. For some of them, I don't know, there might be a lot of these, of course, you can read any time of year, but I feel like they would also suit the Christmas season very well. Now, the first one of these is Simple. That is really a Christmas book, and these are the Christmas books by Charles Dickens. So it's a collection of 3 of his stories that were centered around Christmas. So it is A Christmas Carol, the famous A Christmas Carol, The Chimes, and The Cricket on the Hearth. I mentioned this, but I'm not sure whether it was in one of the Bookmas videos or one of my 24 days of Christmas book tag, that I definitely recommend all 3 of these, not just A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol might be one of the best, might be one of the better known ones, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed the 2 other ones as much. I actually think I preferred one of these over A Christmas Carol, but that's also because I usually prefer books that are lesser known. But so yeah, this is a very good seasonal read. Dickens overall, I feel, suits the season very good because he usually has like a mix of dark characters and like, yeah, I don't know, the despair of some of the like lesser fortunate good characters also suits the season for some reason. So I feel Dickens to be very appropriate for the season. Now, the second book on my list is one of my all-time favorite books, and that is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Now, Rebecca suits the season for me because of that whole dark, mysterious atmosphere again. So I'm guessing that that's something that I really feel recur with Christmas time, because it's also what's present in a lot of Dickens's novels. So in Rebecca we follow the title character, who is not Rebecca, who meets a man, and they fall in love and decide to get married, and then when they go back home, she feels like she's constantly haunted by the memory of his previous wife, Rebecca. And as if Rebecca also was still like a living creature living in the house. And also like the people working in the house are constantly referring to how Rebecca would do things and like that, and so we constantly have this, we sort of have like this battle between the new wife and the previous deceased wife. Sort of a battle for the title character to get out from underneath the shadow of Rebecca. Yeah, I absolutely love this novel. I absolutely am due for a reread, so I do think I will put it on my 2019 TBR, because I don't remember enough about it, you know. I definitely remember the story of it, and I remember absolutely loving it. I don't remember exactly how everything went down, so I do want to reread this as well. I did not put it in my Christmas TBR, and now that I'm putting it as my Christmas recommendations, I'm thinking, this would have been perfect now, so we'll see. Maybe if I can squeeze it in, I will try, otherwise maybe for Christmas next year. The third book on here is kind of a Christmas recommendation for people who like fantasy. I have the first book in Dutch, the other ones I do have in English, but yeah, I'll show up the first because it's part of a 7-book series, and that is the Septimus Heap series by Angie Sage. Is this correct? Yes, by Angie Sage. In English I think the first book is called Magic, but spelled with a Y. And in it we follow Septimus Heap, who is the seventh son of the seventh son. So if you've read any fantasy, you know that this means that he is supposed to be very powerful. And so on the night of his birth, he is stolen from his family I think by the how do you call it? I think by the midwife, but I'm not entirely sure if it was her or not. But so she steals Septimus Heap from his family home, and then he's supposed to be handed over to a powerful wizard who wants to teach Septimus Heap and wants for him to be his assistant. However, when the child needs to be taken away from the person who stole him, they accidentally take that woman's child instead of the child that she stole. Now maybe not on the same night, but around that same time, the Heap family actually receives a mysterious baby on their doorstep as well, which later turns out to be the princess of the realm. So in this story we follow the Heap family, then the extraordinary wizard who is responsible for the town, the wizard and his apprentice, and then also a mysterious boy, which most likely will be Septimus Heap. So I really recommend this for the season just because I think it's very light. It's like a middle grade story, but it's very charming. It's also set mostly winter time, at least the first one is. So I feel it suits the season very well, and I absolutely love this series. It makes me, now that I rethink this, it makes me think that I maybe should indeed try some middle grade again. I usually tell myself, yeah, middle grade is so childlike, but I absolutely loved Septimus Heap series, and I didn't really read this when I was middle grade age neither. So maybe I should try some middle grades soon. But so if you're looking for a seasonal recommendation for fantasy and you're okay with middle grade, then do give this a go, because I really like this. And then the final one that I'm going to recommend is a book that I just read this year, and that is Uncommon Type by Tom Hanks. Reason I want to recommend this is because yeah, it's a short story collection, which I already feel suits the season very well. But also, like, the atmosphere of the stories for some reason very much suits the season. They're very charming, light, but they're also very engrossing and drawing. Some of them have this sort of like magical Christmas atmosphere in them as well. So I would definitely recommend this for the season. So these are my Christmas recommendations. I could probably come up with a couple of others on my shelf that would suit the season, but these were the ones that I like really, when I went through my shelves, these were the ones that I immediately said, yes, these would be good for this time. So hopefully this will help you out if you're still looking for something to add to your TBR in December. But definitely feel free to also give me some recommendations in the comments down below. For this Christmas season, I don't think I'll have place for anything else, because yeah, these two weekends have been so yeah, full to the brim with activities or with filming and things like that, that I really didn't have the time for it. The next two weekends will be a lot lighter. However, I also still need to get to at least 3 books to finish my Goodreads goal. So I'll hopefully finish 1 today, because I need to commute to my friends. But yeah, then I still have 2 to go. I have some short books on my TBR for December, so it'll be fine. But yeah, so due to the stress of all of these videos and my busy weekends, I don't think I can fit in anything extra this week. Tomorrow, when we will be looking at the best book covers of 2018, I'm not entirely sure yet whether I'm going to do the best book covers that actually were released in 2018, or whether I'll do the best book covers of 2018 of the books that I read in 2018. So tune in tomorrow to find out. Bye!